YouTubers, Brian Proctor back again with another video, and I was sitting here thinking about my next action pose position video when I had an idea. And now a lot of people are able to draw one character or one figure, but what happens when you try to put two or three figures together in the same panel on the same page? It's a little difficult for people to do. So this idea jumped into my head, so I'm going to try to do it and explain it to you guys to make it easy. And it all starts out with the rectangle. And in majority of my videos, I always say practice the square, circle, and triangle. Then turn those into the three-dimensional shapes. So this is going to be, and this will be a cylinder, and this will be pyramid. So this one is going to focus on doing this, the rectangle, more rectangle, square rectangle, more rectangle. So the one thing I do when I draw, if I'm drawing like one character or a pin-up or a book cover or something like that, I always use these standards or these steps here that I show you like that and go from there, because it's just one character. Now if I'm doing two or more characters and they're small, now as I say, if I'm doing like a pin-up or something, or a book cover or something, and the character is big, then this is what I'll do, because he's big, number one, and I want good detail on that character. But if he's small and there's more than one or two characters, as I said, on that page, I'll just do this, the rectangle, like that. That's the body. That represents the body. So this is going to be from the shoulders to the crotch. Now, when I get to the point where I need to do detail, then I will do this. Same thing as I did with that. This line, the waist. Now I'm not going to go all the way to the corners. I'm going to slim that down to the part that I need. So it will look like that. It'll fit inside that box. Now, doing action is the same thing. I'll use this, except I will twist that box like so. However, whatever pose I need, if it's a quick, I'm not going to get too much into twisting, but if it's a quick pose that I need, I will twist that. I should go like that to fit the twist of the body that I'm using, remembering my center line. And as I said, so the head is always going to go up here, and the legs are going to come out here. So my head is going to be here, my legs are going to be here. And this is a good way to practice quick rough drawings by just twisting the body, or taking that square rectangle and twisting it somehow to get your body right, or get your position the way you want your position. Don't worry about the detail in the middle. That'll come later. But as long as you have that, you can always chop it up and make that person, make it into a body later. But this is the thing that I'm going to talk about right here, when you're doing two or more people on a page. So let me gather my thoughts together so that I can remember what I just told you, and that you can follow along. Now, most times it's perspective. When drawing the rectangle, you're doing perspective. So by using that, at this point, we want to make this more into a three-dimensional shape, like that. Because anytime you twist the body, you're going to see some of the side. So again, you're going to have the head, you're going to have the delts, the arms, and if you need to bring it down, and the legs. So same thing, chest, and it's going to curve here, and you always have your center line. So now, if I have two people, let's just say, I'm trying to figure that I want to do this part. Yeah, let's just say two people in battle. Okay, now, and this is just going to be a rough, quick, okay? You're taking your squares or your rectangles, and you're putting them in the position that you want. Let's pull this down because I'm not looking at the monitor. You're putting it in the position that you want your bodies to be at. So at this point, I want to do this, make it more three-dimensional, and do this. Now, from here, the simple part is putting the head on. Now, this is a little too low for what I want to do, but you'll understand it in a second. Then from there, center line. Then you know you want to put your arms. So like if this guy was coming down to attack your delts, let's say the arm is going to be here. And I said this is going to be really rough. The other arm is going to be out, coming in like that. And then your legs are going to actually come off the paper because, as I said, this is down too low. So this guy is leaning back because you twisted that rectangle. This other hand is going to be back here. Arm is going to be back here. This other arm might be up here to block. You have your leg. This leg might be here because he's kind of like stepping back, and this leg could be right here. But just by doing this, the rectangle, then that puts your people, it makes it easier for you to position your people like that. So if I did another one, I'm trying to think, let's say I do, and as I said, you have to make these guys three-dimensional, which is why I always get on people about learning your shapes, because if you don't know your shapes, then you're going to be lost. You wouldn't see the bottom of that. And of course, wherever your center line comes in, that's going to be the hole for your neck, which eventually you're going to put the head there. So your hole for your neck is here, and your head is going to be there. And now it's up to you how you position the arms, but your delts are always going to be on the edge. Now, as I said, this is for practice. This is for you to practice. Don't try to draw a lot of muscles or muscles in there. And I keep pulling my paper up. Maybe I need to move the camera a little bit. I'll try to remember not to do that. But wherever your circles are is where your delts are going to be at. And then your arm. And then, of course, you're doing your cylinders as well. So, as I say, this is great practice when you're starting to do 2 or more characters. So, let's do this. Definitely going to pull my paper up now. So, you have a character here. And you have a character here. Let's move them over a little bit. And that's the easy part right there. Or no, that's the hard part right there. Knowing where you want to position your characters. So again, center line. Make it three-dimensional. And again, you really wouldn't see the bottom. You might, depending on the angle. So this one, I want to do like this. So now these two, I was going to call it a cylinder. These two rectangles are facing each other. They're facing off. Very simple. But as I said, the hard part is over. Center line, your neck, your head. Center line, your neck's going to go there. Your head is going to go there. Arm here. So let's just say this, your cylinder. Put a fist here, cylinder here. Maybe he's got his fist here. Cylinder there, cylinder there. Spread the legs, because you can always add that V, that V, and then cylinder for the legs, cylinder for the other leg. Here again, you have your circle for your delt, arm here, fist here, arm there, elbow there. Again, for your legs. And you can put the muscles in later. Right now, you're just positioning your people and getting it right. So to make it easier on you. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. Now, I know some people are probably saying, how can you really get the body out of that? Again, as I said in this, you're doing your torso. And you put it the size that you need it to be. As I say, it doesn't have to fit here, especially your waist and your hips. Your torso, your waist, and then your hips like that. Watch some of my videos where I teach you how to put the body together. I think I'll leave a link at the very end of this video so that it makes it a little easier for you. So this is the back of his, he's looking at the guy, so this is the back of his head. Like that. So it would be like this. And people say, oh sure, Brian, it's easy for you because you know. But that is exactly why I'm doing this, so that you guys can know and make it easier for you as well. It's easy to take that that rectangle and put these curves into it once you know how to do the curves. Same thing with this guy. I'll do it with pencil and then pin it. So again, you have your torso, the top half. You make this as long as short as you want to. But this, remember this, and this is the bottom of the crotch, this is the top of the shoulder. So you don't want to go too far out. But by drawing this square and that square in the same type of size or proportion, then your characters will be right. Your characters should fit. So you have your waist, which I call the tuna can, because it's shaped like a tuna can or a fat quarter. But it's just easy to say tuna can. And then your hips, like that. Again, so if I actually detail this, which I might, let me get a small pen and then I'll kind of detail this. So you have the chest, you have this, your delt, shoulder, neck, your head, your other shoulder, your other delt, the fist that comes across here, arm, which you won't see because it's blocking it, your abs, your lats, your waist, abs, and then of course your crotch, leaving room for the man junk, your leg, like so, and then I'll thicken this up. The other hand, which is right here, elbow, shoulder, delt. So it's very simple to do it once you learn the steps, and that's what the channel is about, teaching you to draw step by step. Nobody else is showing you how to do this, so this is why I'm doing it, because nobody showed me. So a lot of what I was doing or learned to do was like guesswork. I had to guess and trial and error type of thing. So when I found out how to do it, it made it a little easier for me. And then as I started learning more or meeting more people that wanted to do comics and learn to draw, they would ask me how to do it. So I started showing people. So I said, let me go on a bigger scale once I discovered YouTube and was not scared to do it. So this is the thing. So let's keep going, because this is going to be a kind of a short video. Now let's just say you have your team. Well, let's do a pin, not a pin-up. Let me just do it because my brain is racing. Something in perspective. You want people in perspective. This is your first guy here. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can do it all the way down to the ground, or you can do it just from your shoulder to crotch. So let's just say, in your perspective ends out here somewhere. Your line, your center line ends out here somewhere. So there. So let's just say everybody's crotch is going to fall on that line here. So you have this guy here. You have like another guy who's actually standing in like the same position. So these shoulders are going back like that. Here. Let's say this other guy, he's going to be leaning forward. So let's do the center line. That would really help. This one is here, following that line. This is his center line. The next one is going to be doing some kind of strange out there position like that. So these guys will always be in, and this has got to be the same. they will always be in perspective just by using that square and using the shoulders to fit on that line. So leg here, leg here. Since this guy is going to be like that, leg here. This guy is going to say arms are far apart and he's like pointing up in the sky or something. And it just makes it easy by using this little technique. Like so, and then you keep your people in perfect perspective and balance, blah, 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 blah. So let's just say these guys are not on that same line. Say like you want that nice little team position. So you have your bottom, your first guy, and I'm going to go all the way down with this. Your first guy is here, as in go all the way down, as in just use the whole rectangle. Your second guy is here. Your third guy is here. And this is just placing the bodies. The next guy is here. He's turned center, center, center. And you're squaring it off. This guy's here. Turned. And then this other guy could be turned the other way just to be difficult. Turn the other way. Then you have your head, your head, your head, your head, and your head. And that just makes it a little easier to position your people just by doing the squares or rectangles. And then your legs. Like that. Easy peasy. And so remember, you're just doing your torso, your waist, aka tuna can, the upside down house, and then your legs. Now in this case you make your legs a little longer, but this is just for practice sake. So there you go. And the same thing with the rest of them. You just bring it in, bring it out, bring it in, bring it out, down. And the way I got this guy, he would be twisted now. Like that. The head, feet, like that. As I said, you would make them a little longer, but I just used just the regular squares, then brought it down just to show you that way to do it. Okay, a couple more and then we're going to just wrap this video up. So, kind of almost the same thing. You have your torso, your legs are down here. You want to turn that, you can turn this one sideways. This is like doing your team. If you have like a three-man team, 3 man, 3 girls, 3 men, 3 girls, either way. Center line, center line, center line. Neck, your head, just by twisting the what is it with me? I got a good 10 minutes of good speaking, and then after that it's like twisting your rectangle. There you go. Arms down, people, arms down, arms down. And then your legs come in, however, because you don't always have to draw your feet. It could be a really good close-up of your characters.
This might answer your question. The characters in close-up are family friend. Did that answer your question?
No, because I didn't ask you to speak. Thank you. That's my Alexa tripping. I don't know what it is with Alexa. All right, a couple more. Let's just say you want to do some guys flying. You have some flying characters. So pull it down, Brian, so you can see it. Some flying characters. You're going to do your rectangles in perspective and show the top. This one over here could be like this. And this one could be the other way, like this. Like that. Same thing. Center line, center line, center line. Goes up. Your head, your neck. This is the hole for your neck. So you place your head. You place your head accordingly to the size of your shoulders. Now, if I'm not mistaken, your shoulders should be 3 heads wide. You should be able to get 2 heads on both sides of the shoulders. Unless you're doing a Hulk character with like huge shoulders and a small head, the standard is 3 heads wide. So yeah, that's the standard. So you have that. You have your feet going back, center line. You have your feet going back, or your legs going back. Your feet, same thing here. Legs going back. Here, legs going back. You can have this one down like that if you just want a different kind of flying position. The other leg goes back. Delts on the end. And then however you choose to put your arms, which are just the cylinders. Same thing here. Spread his arms out like so. This guy could be one back because he's flying differently, and the other up. Very simple using the squares. And again, torso, tuna can, rounding it off because the character is round. Even though this rectangle is square, the character's body is round. So round waist, round hips, round legs, knees, the other part, and then of course you draw your delts that way coming up, and then you have it. What else? How about this one? Let's just say this. Well, actually, we're going back again. Let's just say this, and then this. And basically it's kind of the same thing. Let's make a little harder one. For this one, I'm going to just draw the top first because it might be a little easier for me to do top wise. And then we have this about, let's just say about right here. Practice your shapes. Practice your shapes before you go anywhere. Practice your shapes. So we have those 3. It's almost similar to flying. But center line, center line, center line. My head here, and the head here. Now this could be, which it will be, is going to be a run. This is the body. The arm out like that. Let's say one leg comes right here. The other leg goes back behind it. So this one could be, since this arm is out, this other leg is going to be opposite. You should know. Opposite arm, opposite leg, if you just understood any of that, what I just said. Hand here, arm here. This leg goes back too. Same thing with this one. So just more of a twist. This one is more out. This one's going back. So this leg could be like this. This leg could be like that. So since this leg is out, this arm has to come out and go across like that. This arm has to go back like that. So simple moves by just using the squares. And again, if it scares you, your whatever this is called, I'm telling you, my brain just goes this, and then and you have that center line already. So that part is already done. Torso, thank you, Brian. Your torso, your delts, and as I said, this is just for practice. Once you practice it enough, then you do it lightly, and then you can add your muscles to it, and then there's your legs right there. So be like that. And this is the front arm coming up, your chest, your collarbone. What kind of head is that? Your delt from back. It's comes up. As I say, keep it round. It's just your abs, your man junk, your leg, other leg, and you can put the foot there if you choose. It depends on how you decide to do it. All right, so one more, and then we'll wrap this up. So hopefully you understand that you must do your shapes. You must do your shapes. Let's just say here's a building, and every superhero chills on a building at one point in time. And this is kind of like the jump video that I just did not too long ago. Actually, it was yesterday in my time. I don't know when you're going to see this video. Like this. And I'll just give it more of an angle, just because I want to give it more of an angle. Because you're looking up. So if you're looking up at a square, it would look like this. It would look more like that. You'd see the bottom of it. So same thing here, because this cat is going to be in the center. The next people are going to be this way. So you would do the same thing here. And you don't have to do it like that at an angle. You can kind of do it more squarer, but just as long as you're showing the bottom. And then same thing on this side. You can do a perspective. You could bend it a little bit for some great action by just bending it, because you don't always want just straight rectangles. But in the beginning you do. But now if you are fighting, as I said, where is it? You want to start twisting your rectangles more to show action. So back to this. Twist this guy a little bit here. And then of course, center line, center line, center line. Your head is going to be here. Now by showing the chin like that, you're doing a little mountain up under the, wow, pull the thing down, Brian. So again, head, and if you show a little mountain up under there, that represents the bottom of your chin. Again, let me do this. This is your head. Just do a little mountain under there. And then your neck is here. And of course you have your room for your chin, your mouth above that, your nose above that, which is going to be more of a diamond, not diamond, a triangle, sorry. Might add a little more triangle. And then your eyes are going to be, remember this is round, your eyes are going to be here. Like that. And this is blurred because my camera always blurs after a while. But then doing stuff like this, you have to know the shapes, the contours of the face, like the jaw. Cheekbone would come out from that angle and go in, and then you'd have your jawline. Jawline, yes. And this is turning into a face tutorial. Bottom of your lip, because you're looking up, you're going to see more of that. Your nostrils. The point of your nose. You might see some bridge of the nose. As I said, it's going to kind of go back. And then you have the, what do you call that? Your brow, because that's going to be in shadow depending on how much light. The brow comes like this. And then you have your head. And your ears are going to be down, if I'm not mistaken. If you're looking up, your ears are going to be more down than up. Yeah, and then your neck. But you always have this roundness here from under the chin. So hopefully you caught that, because as I said, my camera likes to blur, but sometimes in the editing it's clear, but for me looking at my monitor it's blurred. So yeah, anyways, center line, head, because if he's looking this way, you do the chin that way with the, what do you call that, the jawbone, this is the jawbone, this is the cheekbone, I guess, I don't know, don't quote me. Same thing here, neck of the head is here. Or you could be looking down, you just shift the head, the angle of the head more, and then put that guideline down. This guy could be looking straight. And again, delts, Your legs, he could be have one leg bent, the other leg could be straight. Your upside down house, your tuna can, and then your torso. Chest is going to be really curved. That, and arms come down. And you're not going to see the feet because there is a ledge here. When you draw on a building, there is always like this ledge. Let's do this. That comes down like that to keep people from falling off the building. So you're going to have that ledge. So the feet are going to be down here. So you won't see the feet unless you put the foot here standing on the edge, and then you bring that up and then connect that somehow. But this other foot would not be down on it would be down below the ledge unless you put them both on the ledge. But then he's crazy, like he's a suicidal guy and he's going to jump. And your cylinders in perspective and your hands. So yeah, let's just do this. So basically same thing. I would have brought this guy down a little bit more. And as I say, that's why it just sketches. And this guy could have striking a nice little superhero pose while his friend is contemplating jumping. And he's just like waving at airplanes like, hello, hello, I'm here. And this guy's like, stop it, I'm about to jump and kill myself, and you're waving at airplanes. All right, don't commit suicide, young guys. Don't do that. But he's like, hello. I think I'm hungry. I don't know. Anyway, this is the end of the video. So take that into heart. Do your shapes. Do your shapes over and over. When you are bored, silly, and you're just, there's nothing to watch, get out of the video games. The video games, they're making money off you. It's time for you to make money by creating characters and maybe making your own video game or becoming a character designer for video games. So get out of the video games and then start doing your shapes more and then start making money for yourself. So yeah, practice. Put these things in as many shapes or as many angles as you can, and then start throwing heads on it. What would the head look like if it was up high like this? Is the chin? You know, what would the head look like if it was like here? Here's part of the neck. What would the head look like if it was like here, right here? Here's the neck right here. The shoulders over here. Center line, center line, center line. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Now, hopefully you did see me when I drew this guy, because I wasn't looking at the monitor because my camera is at a low angle. So other than that, to recount, read something, to re-go over what I just did, I'm not. So yeah, do what you got to do. Do your shapes. Life will be good for you, and then you'll be able to draw stuff like this, which is the last picture that I drew from my action pose position. And if you look at it like this, yes, I'm going to draw on this. The shoulders are like this. This is basically it's like this. And I think I might have did that on the video. So yeah, it's like that, and then bringing it down more. Then your cylinders for your legs, and then the cylinder for the other leg, the delt, the arm, the other arm. And it's so simple. And people say, well, he draws so fast, because I had a comment. It was like this guy was like bam, 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 and then it was done, and it would take other people an hour to do it. That's because this is what I see when I draw. I see this shape, this square, this rectangle, and then I just put stuff on it accordingly to what I need to do, and then my drawing is done. The only hard part is, how am I going to position the arms, or how am I going to position the legs? Once you get that torso in there and that torso is right, your position is locked down. You just twist your arms to put it however you want to put it. So other than that, that's it for me. I like to ramble because I would teach you all night, because I love teaching. This is what I do. I'm Brian. All right, so other than that, I will call this one quits, and I will see you guys at the next video. And this is action pose position number 30. If you wonder where did that come from, action pose position 30, the video before this one. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.